My name is Morgan Eyster, and I was raised in the middle of nowhere, Arkansas, by a large southern family. A small town where everyone knew each other, and the only thing to do was hang out in front of the local gas station. As you can probably imagine, I went to a very small school with a graduating class of 40 people. This was beneficial because the teachers were able to give you extra attention if necessary, but it also meant that everyone knew you and knew almost everything about you. While being in a close-knit class was great, being in a small, closed-minded community that came with it was not. Like most other small southern communities, my hometown was very religious, and if you didn't attend church regularly, people talked. Aside from hanging out in a parking lot or at the local gas station, there wasn't much to do. If you wanted to do anything other than fish, you had to drive an hour out of town in any direction. While growing up with nothing to do, I thought to myself, why not learn some life skills that will be beneficial to me in the future? When I was 7 or 8 years old, I started helping my grandpa and my uncle wherever they needed me to with the odd jobs that they did. I learned how to do a lot of different things that might not be expected of a woman. My grandpa and uncle taught me how to drive stick, how to change oil, how to change a flat tire, and how to build things like a porch and a tree stand. As I was learning these tasks, one thing my grandpa told me that always stuck out in my mind. He said, every girl should learn these things. You never know when you're going to be in a situation where this is the only option you have. Even though he was tough as nails on me the whole time, I loved spending time with my grandpa. This led me to become a jack of all trades and a master of none at a very young age. My upbringing affected my life in other ways as well, being the only girl in the family. I was treated as a boy because my uncle told me that girls were too soft and too weak. My uncle wanted me to be a strong, independent woman, capable of doing anything without anyone's, especially a man's, help. He wanted me to be a strong person so that people wouldn't try to walk all over me. He said, don't ever let people tell you you can't do something because you're a girl. Don't let them treat you poorly, and don't ever let them walk all over you. To this day, I have taken that advice to heart, and it often brings criticism my way. I am frequently called callous or rude because I refuse to let people take advantage of me or keep from doing something because of my gender. Growing up in this lifestyle certainly isn't for everyone, and it can come with both positive and negative experiences. We didn't have much to do with ourselves that didn't require a long, boring drive. Fishing was perhaps the most popular activity where I lived because everyone lived within walking distance of a decent fishing hole. Small classes were something that I will always fondly remember, even if the closed-minded community was one of my less than favorable memories. The aspect of everyone knowing me and what's going on in my private life is still something that makes me cringe to this day. The small town life almost makes it impossible to have any kind of private life at all. I still wouldn't change anything about my upbringing. It made me into the strong, independent woman that I am today. My childhood helped me create the life that both me and my family can be proud of.